the morning of October 7th, I had woken up early to work on this paper. This paper, okay? This is how long I've been working on it. I woke up at like 6 a.m. and I'm like typing, and then the alarms start going, the sirens, and I'm used to. It's become a fairly regular occurrence that you every once in a while they'll fire rockets and you have to go to the bomb shelter. And I thought it was a drill. It didn't even occur to me that we were under attack. And then for weeks and weeks, it was the same thing. We were, several times a day we'd have to go to the bomb shelter because Gaza's discriminately firing rockets at us. We had my extended family come and stay with us that didn't have a bomb shelter near, in their where they lived. Um, and yeah, it's completely disruptive, and it's extremely disruptive. I'm a university professor, and so I have I have students who have already completed their service, but in Israel, you still, you're in reserves, meaning you can be called up at any time. And many of them were called up, and they're still being called up. Throughout this entire period, it's just plucked. People are just sort of plucked at random out of their lives, and they have to go and spend weeks or months, oftentimes fighting on the front lines. So it's been extremely disruptive. And then with Hezbollah, we were told there are 150,000 rockets that could keep us in the bomb shelters for weeks. Not coming up and down, going down a couple of times a day, but staying in the bomb shelter for weeks on end. And then it turned out it was nothing. And then, with Iran, they have this threatening arsenal and these huge missiles. And it was a different experience with them, because at least with the Hezbollah rockets and the Hamas rockets, they're not as large, so they don't do as much damage. But with the Iranian rockets, there was some serious damage that was done. It wasn't anything. There's all kinds of propaganda about the damage that they caused and all of this, and there's just so much lies. That's really been for me the worst thing is just the lies about Israel and about Jews, and the sort of these deep-seated stereotypes about Jews that are lay dormant. They can lay dormant for centuries, and then they just sort of it's no coincidence that the same types of lies that are believed about Israel and Israelis are the same types of lies that are had been it's told and believed about Jews for hundreds of years. For example, many people still believe that Israelis got placebo vaccines. That this whole thing of Netanyahu getting a vaccine supply to Israel was just a big show.